Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1.
On the troll.
Yes, hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what is happening around the world. Right, guys? I know you expect us to unpack everything, but no. This is what we're going to do. We're going to roll like this today. We are going to look at things that are trending or also troubling us. Yeah. Madlanga obviously being part of it, right? And also the other controversial stuff that we find in the street. Like, let me warn you before we start. Emily, greetings.
Hi guys. Hello, Mr. Anonymous. Hi.
Yeah. Greetings to everyone, basically. We love you. And we don't fight forever here.
No.
What we fought about yesterday, we are done with that. We said what we needed to say. And today, definitely gonna have things that we're gonna have differences on.
Again.
And it's okay. I mean, we are at a situation where our country is in tatters, and the main thing is our country. It's not a person, it's not anyone. The main thing is our country that we are talking about. So, right, I would like to invite calls from the beginning. But before I do that, let me play a clip. And this clip is a CIC clip. And I know a lot of you have been defending and saying that, we are whatnot, calling us name. It's okay. But let me play clips. And why I'm inviting calls before, I want to take about 3 calls if it's possible.
3 calls.
Yeah, 3 strict calls and a maximum of 2 minutes each person if they are capable. But before that,
after this
listen
recording
to this recording, and then I will give you
the platform,
my opinion
to
after
respond.
giving you the platform. And preferably, I would like to hear people who think that we are against certain people. I would like to hear those people. But let's hear what is currently cooking around this world, around the streets. Let's hear what is happening. I hope this thing is not going to disappoint me. This is CIC defending Barnard. Barnard. That's a DA member. Let's hear. And the grounds on which is defending Barnard on. Let's hear. And I did say, Emily.
I just want to play. Okay, let me
No. This.
Honorable member, Barnard must withdraw herself on the basis of being mentioned without any evidence.
I'm trying to find a way of playing this thing properly, Emil. Did you?
What do you mean
I
properly?
think you should continue
sending it.
Downloading.
Okay.
If it's possible. But let's start again.
Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Let me just send the full clip because
Honorable member, Barnard must withdraw herself on the basis of being mentioned without any evidence being there. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't even know why this matter finds itself on our table now. Because it can be that because our member was mentioned in the commission, we must recuse herself. And then when they come to our committee, our member doesn't get mentioned. And they even say perhaps on a hindsight we realize it was not necessary to mention him in a manner or her in a manner we did. There is no matter before you. So you can't reduce this committee to be a subcommittee of the commission. That everything else that is happening in the commission must happen in our committee. There is a commission for whatever reason. There is this other committee for whatever reason. So it can be that a person just gets mentioned loosely and then we get overwhelmed. There's still a lot of people who are going there. And Honorable Brandenbach is correct. There's still a lot of people who are going there. We'll sponsor your name there. Your name, the fact that she was not mentioned. She was mentioned in the press conference, and then the committee happened after the press conference. Therefore, they don't want to exclude her. When a testimony was given, the committee was already there. So we're talking about her being mentioned while the committee was in existence to tell us about the press conference which happened before the testimony in the commission to dismiss an honorable member. It's wrong. Honorable caller Barnard must take a conscious decision herself. If she so feels that, you know what, in the meantime, let me take a back seat because I don't know where, that in her own conscience, I don't know where this thing will lead to. But for you to take a name of a member and put it on the table and discuss it the way you are discussing it, even when it is not put by anyone before you on the table, that your member is conflicted, and then here is an area of conflict. And none of us is speaking about a conflict because recusal must be on the basis of conflict. No one says here is the conflict. No one can establish the conflict, but we are readily available to go to get the member. Even we have no evidence before us, even when our member is not mentioned before our committee, and even.
Okay, I think you should just play the downloaded version one more time.
The EFF does not agree that the honorable member Barnard must withdraw herself on the basis of being mentioned without any evidence being laid. That's number one. Number two, I don't even know why this matter finds itself on our table now. Because it can be that because our member was mentioned in the commission, he must recuse herself. And then when they come to our committee, our member doesn't get mentioned. And they even say perhaps on a hindsight we realize it was not necessary to mention him in a manner or her in a manner we did. There is no matter before you. So you can't reduce this committee to be a subcommittee of the commission. That everything else that is happening in the commission must happen in our committee. There is a commission for whatever reason. There is this other committee for whatever reason. So it can be that a person just gets mentioned loosely and then we get overwhelmed. There are still a lot of people who are going there. And Honorable Brandenburg is correct. There's still a lot of people who are going there. We'll sponsor your name there. Your name, the fact that she was not mentioned, she was mentioned in the press conference, and then the committee happened after the press conference. Therefore, they don't want to exclude her. When a testimony was given, the committee was already there. So we're talking about her being mentioned while the committee was in existence to tell us about the press conference which happened before the testimony in the commission to dismiss an honorable member. It's wrong. Honorable caller Barnard must take a conscious decision herself. If she so feels that, you know what, in the meantime, let me take a back seat because I don't know where, that in her own conscience, I don't know where this thing will lead to. But for you to take a name of a member and put it on the table and discuss it the way you are discussing it, even when it is not put by anyone before you on the table, that your member is conflicted, and then here is an area of conflict. And none of us is speaking about a conflict because recusal must be on the basis of conflict. No one says here is the conflict. No one can establish the conflict, but we are readily available to go to get the member. Even we have no evidence before us, even when our member is not mentioned before our committee, and even.
Right here. I hope we do have cause. I hope we do have cause. Just tell me, guys. Here's the question: is the manner in which the CIC defends this Barnard. Is it a correct way? Do you think it's a correct procedure? Do you think that's how the conflict should be viewed? That's my question. And if you guys cannot call, I'm giving you courtesy of calling before I say my view, before we say what we think this side. Let us call, let's argue this, let's have that conversation to say this is the right position to take or this is the wrong position to take. I mean, that is, I would be very happy to actually have my view after other people have had their fair share, because normally it feels like we probably are taking people, when we go this way, people say, hey, but the number is 071.
Okay, for those who don't understand the background, who is Kohla?
Yes, it's a DA member.
Kohla Barnard. Why is Malema sounding like they're defending Kohla Barnard? Kohla Barnard's name.
Here's the first caller. Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi,
hello.
Sanibona.
Yeah, what's up, one of it?
Ninjani?
Sikhona mfowethu singezwani.
Hayi sikhona umfoka Sbiya lo.
Yeah.
Ngo 2 minutes wami nje ngithi mina Mr Anonymous nayo lapho sisemeli.
Yebo.
Inyoni zohlobo olodwa zisindiza ndawonye. Ngake ngaphawula lapha ngoMalema. Ngasho ngathi mina uMalema anombhasopa. Why ngisho njalo ngithi inyoni zohlobo olodwa ndiza ngandawonye? Ngiye ngabona ama-article amabili amaphephandaba ahamba phambili lapha eMzansi bekuthiwa i-mainstream media ekhuluma ngokuthi umkhwanazi uyakhuluma nje ama-commercial but ubufakazi abukho. Nangu kuMalema ke namhlanje uthi hayi lona akakwazi ukuthatha lesinqumo ngoba ubufakazi abukho. Mina ke njengomuntu ongawazi umthetho angazi yini ubufakazi, kodwa uma ngukhombisa efonini yami ngithi nangu Mr Ano uthe ngukhombisa efonini akusibona ubufakazi lokho.
Yeah, it is evidence.
Ilapho ke so ilokho engishoyo ukuthi ke why uMalema njengomuntu ohlezelela thina bebalela insundu bese kutholakala sebuye sedefendela nama opponent. Yikho ngithi mina inyoni zohlobo olodwa ngiza ngandawonye ukuthi obimbala inyoni kuba kubi kakhulu mayingafani ngoba sigcina sithemba nezinyoni ezifana nombala wethu kanti zidla kwelinye isayidi. Angibonge papa.
Siyabonga. Shaya khona phela. You 2 minutes wakho lo. Let's get another caller. Let's hear someone else who's got maybe a different view. Someone on the comments saying that my take on Malema's response, I think it is because if she's dismissed from the ad hoc committee, it might delay the proceedings by replacing her. Maybe it's something else. Yeah, so that's what someone else is saying. But that process could actually take not even a day, right? The replacement process. It's not even a day, considering that we haven't started, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. This is your opinion. Let's hear others. Let's have these calls. Let's have this conversation. I mean, this channel is for that. It's for you guys to have your views. I mean, everyone has their view, and give you a chance to respond, to say something, to have your opinion. I mean, these people are representing you guys.
Yes.
So what do you think when according to you? Do you think this is the right position to take? Do you think this is the wrong position? And if so, why? If it's the right one, why do you say so? Support your answer. Basically, this is a situation where you have to use your English from high school, where they say support your answer in everything that you give, right? Yeah, so this is the point. You just don't come and say this is the case, but okay, Right. I mean, I think I've waited. If on the figure, so figure ending.
Okay.
Here's the submission.
Submit.
The first submission is that being conflicted, it would mean that you might at some point take part in that ad hoc in trying to testify or defend yourself. So as a person who might at some point come and defend themselves, how are you going to do that while we are sitting on the other side also having to judge on the evidence that you are given? And from there, are you gonna be biased or unbiased on the basis that you've been mentioned? From now on, that evidence that will be led there, or that evidence from that person, how are you gonna view it on the basis that that person mentions you not in a positive light? If you ask me, not in a positive light. If that is not a conflict of interest, then I don't know.
The thing about also Miss Kochla Barnard is the fact that Mkwanazi mentioned how she fit in the story of all of this syndicate that they've been fighting. Not to say that Kochla is a part of the syndicate, but to say that the reactions, the build-up, they also played a role. So Ms. Kochla did an interview with Clement Matlala there at 702, and Clement was asking questions about
I'm
how
sorry,
she
Emil, I'm
got
going to have to hold you. Mzansi, hello. Hi, sir, how are you? Sivugile.
Reteng le kae?
But why is it you are remembering hand? Una little procedure, a whole at the committee, but drastically or none take Kuri, Camera was a Haona mo eti ne muthu ha ka ba kala ba bua ka yena ha re motho se so ka matoma ha re motho ba to motho sa motho ka ba kala faate ba draft hapa hape motho a bona o bona ha ona motho motho ha ba buile ka yena twa ha ona mo motho intindi o Vusi bona batho ba if e le motho o na like you o na le mathata o ka hara committee then o tla o tora akona mona di cha mona o tla tloa mothomo a lo dula ka ngana a tse botho e karabelo e se re tatre a tose he twa a te kwano a tlhalose taba he mona o loketse o etse ba no tshila na so ho eme ka mano wa lo wa kenyo no tshi wa go se ga o tate cool and collected ya rona batho ba tsara tata ba buile ka ena twa kona a we tso jwalo dangi ya wonka
nguzwa kahle ngiyathanda ngoba uphuma from the EFF point of view, right? Yeah, thank you. This is what I'm looking for. So we hear the submission, but the provisions being made and being given, the provisions were to guide the ad hoc, right? But other than that, there are things that should apply from the parliament also.
Yes.
They remember they still represent the parliament.
Yes.
So if you are conflicted from the parliament point of view, don't they kick you out? Isn't that
not a matter of kicking her out per se. You know the instruction that was issued to General Sbiya to say stay at home.
Exactly. They are not kicking you out.
It's not kicking out. It's just a matter of saying you are implicated. Let's do investigations. You'll come and tell your side of the story and put your defense after you are called to come and testify to that effect to clear yourself. You understand? It's not to say you are guilty. When you are told stay at home while we conduct an investigation, it's not to say you are being fired.
And the other thing, the submission that Malema made was that they are not, the commission is not binding to them.
He said that they are not going to be under the subcommittee of the commission.
Exactly, meaning in a nutshell, it's not binding to them. Whatever that happens that side, it's okay.
Yes.
So, but if we take that narrative, then there will be no recusal even in courts, because the recusal, they normally happen from the beginning, before everything starts. Like let's take, for example, the case of Zuma and the judge, this judge that he wanted to recuse. He did not start, the case is paused because of that, to say, let us deal with the matter of the conflict before we go forward, right? So there is nothing wrong with that.
He's saying there's no conflict.
Exactly. Defend yourself on the basis of what you've already been alleged to have participated on. Let us clear that one out to see if we are fit to actually sit with us and take this thing forward. But now to look at these things in isolation of the parliament, then we are going to say, okay, because of the ad hoc commits, the guidelines that we put as a ad hoc commit is not acting in isolation from the parliament. Ad hoc commit is acting, in fact, it's basically a parliament.
Yes. Yes, you even heard Mkwanazi sharing the sentiments that they are saying that they are calling me to parliament, but I've been there already.
Yes, he didn't say they are calling me to a commission. They are calling me to a parliament.
Yes, I've been there already, so I will just go and repeat what I have already told them. They had the first privilege of
and the funny thing is that
hearing this, evaluating it and investigating it.
And the others are going to say, oh, this one was not there, this one was there. Okay, it's fine. But you were part of the parliament and you heard as a member of the parliament what happened on that ad hoc. You know, the report is there, everything is there. You didn't act. You never acted. Whether you were there in person or you got a report, there was no action.
There was nothing. Crickets.
Right. So there's no hiding behind, I was present, I was not present. There's no such thing.
And now you are hearing that members of parliament are actually the ones who were trying to nail the crime intelligence heads to say that they got these files, the slush fund proof of corruption.
Yes.
Classified
Some
intelligence information.
Yes.
It landed on them. And the thing that I was
and they're not willing to explain where it came from.
The thing I was trying to address with Kochla in particular is that in that interview with Clement, she says that she saw an article.
Exactly.
And then because of an article, she took the matter to parliament. What article was that?
Which article is that?
Which article is that?
Where does it come from?
She says in February, there's an article that she saw.
What article is that? And this is the problem where people just take things at face value. You are saying someone it differs. As a black person, I can come and stand and say, I got an article. Such questions are going to come out. But someone, this is where I have a problem with some of these mainstream media. Because of, yes, exactly, I mean. They just say, there's an article. Which one? What's the name of that article?
What is the name of that article? Because I, as a journalist, would have liked to have seen this article because it's my job.
Exactly.
It's my job. I would have wanted to see this article. Please, if I may have missed this article,
please refer me to that article.
Refer me to it, because how could I have just missed these big news?
We are able to retrieve some of these old news. I mean, what is difficult about retrieving something that
No, they're not asking her for the source. And then she comes later on, she says, okay, she took the matter to parliament and she wanted parliament to do something about it. These allegations of corruption that were happening in crime intelligence. Okay, fine. You took it to parliament. And then the next thing she says, no, after I took it to parliament, City Press actually did a whole dissecting of what was happening within this slush fund. They mentioned that a building was bought in Midrand, the details and whatnot, but you took it to Parliament.
So we are shifting everything to the newspapers. At least this time, you are able to tell us that after the reporting that you did, City Press did an investigation. So based on, what do you want to say? Do you want to say based on that investigation, therefore, but it's after you opened your mouth? So what is that paper? What is that press before you opened your mouth?
If it was any person of this color, let me tell you, they would have made sure that they sit at home and they come and they defend themselves at that Parliament. I'm most certain of it. They wouldn't have let them continue with their job as normal.
What, constitutional court now? Right?
We'll be there. Impeachment.
We'll be there.
Taking their retirement and stuff.
We'll
so
be
this
there.
grace that Julius Malema is
granted
giving,
without being asked, if he was not asked, that's what we have a problem. In my opinion, I have a problem with. Because they don't give such grace to us.
No.
They never give such grace to us. They make sure that you are going to go to court. Magogo ngabuya khuluma abugcwele media manje. That ad hoc is not going to continue until.
Because here's a person coming across secret intelligence
in fact, the thing,
and I know a lot of people are having a problem to say, oh, intelligence information should not be classified. Oh, what is this thing of saying that if I come across cases pertaining to intelligence, I shouldn't report on them? You should report on them, but there are means and structures of doing it that doesn't put the information to public.
More so if you are not a lay person like us.
Especially if you're not a lame person. Yes, I can excuse a lame person doing that. You are part of the parliament. You are part of a parliament.
Understand.
Worse, in the police committee. In the police committee, you knew what to do with such information.
This is similar to that one of Fidel Adams. Yes, it is similar. But she, on the media, Barnard was saying her situation is different. But I don't see the differences, except that
she didn't open cases at the police station. That's the only difference. Is the fact that she didn't open a case at the police station or 2 police stations prior. But I don't understand this grace that CIC is giving these people.
We must call it out. It is unfortunate, and it's something that happens among us. It does happen all the time, and it's not right. It is not right. Let us treat these people the same way they treat us.
Give them the same energy.
Do you understand? Let us not fear and start fighting amongst each other. And that is the problem I have with Africa at large. We talk about Africa Unite. We can never unite if we are still gonna be defending certain people that will never in their lifetime defend us unless it suits them.
This is concerning that people have intelligence information.
It is.
Financial information as such.
It is. They have power.
Why do you want to know why intelligence bought a building? Ungena.
You know why it is concerning. Some of you would see some of the people that you voted for changing the tunes. It's because, in my opinion, of such intelligence. People get something on you and then they hold it against you.
Yes. And then they wait for the right time when they need something that only you can sign over.
Exactly.
And then they use that information to coerce you to do stuff that are wrong.
That is capturing. That is capturing. That is how you capture. You get dirt on someone. You make sure you remove people that you don't have dirt on.
And now, after Masemola has even testified himself, people are starting to deduce that Khumalo investigated cases that would rather be left alone. There's a pattern here that is very concerning.
While there has been reports that Khumalo was using the intelligence to actually prevent the investigation of Makak. But on the other side, we are now told that in fact he's the one who investigated that situation of Sindisa Makak and
found that the vehicles that were used, weapons of intelligence were used to end Sindiso Makaka's life.
This is the point that we're talking about.
And he wasn't there. From 2018, reporting. He wasn't in crime intelligence. When was he appointed? 2022, 2023? I don't remember the exact year. But he wasn't there when the investigation of Sindiso Makaka's case started.
He was mostly in, I think it was in
KZN intelligence.
Yes.
So
but
now
we've been made to believe that the situation is the other way around.
Yes.
Someone investigated someone else that is actually a victim right now. And then the Khumalos of this world, they use the intelligence, as they were head of intelligence, to actually prevent the progress of that whole investigation. While we, from Masemula, it's contrary what you're hearing. He investigated when it was not fashionable, and he found that this is the case. How can you now go on and defend that you investigated?
And then now, how they choose to spend money with intelligence is under scrutiny, right? It's being investigated. Fine, corruption is not nice. It should be investigated.
Yes, it should.
But how is it ending up in public like this? Do you guys know the financials of CIA? Do you know what CIA does with their money?
No, nobody knows with that. Nobody knows with that.
It's almost like they were being hot-spotted to criminality itself, or these syndicates. It's almost like the information was being made public in that way. And someone raised the point on Twitter that I was not even thinking about. Those people, when they were arrested and the media covered them and shot their faces and covered their faces, their names were released. These are people that are working in intelligence.
Yes.
Their families now are not safe.
Exactly.
Everyone connected to them now is not safe.
It was
Everybody knows what they look like.
It was a parade. While we have a situation where someone couldn't even go public, who's not part of the intelligence, couldn't even go public without covering the whole body, every meat that was available in Senzo's case. Those are things that we have to look at.
I don't understand. So this just rendered intelligence, or it's a way of attacking intelligence to make it non-functional. And we're just watching. And we're like, oh, corruption. And why is corruption surpassing the criminal syndicate, the illegal substance cartels and syndicates?
What is actually affecting us direct?
Why are we expected to turn our attention away from this very, very serious problem that affects each and every single one of us, to focus on how intelligence chooses to spend money while they're trying to investigate these very same cartels? Someone help me understand that. Balance me, because I don't understand.
Exactly. Those are things that we have to talk about.
And that is the emphasis here. Ms. Kochla, how did you end up with that information in the first place?
That has not been cleared. That has not been cleared. At least
Fidel Adams told us it was slid under his door. You are going to tell us about an article that was published in February that we cannot find.
Exactly.
That only you saw. And CIC sees nothing wrong with that.
This is where the problem is. If
they want to call for her to recuse herself, let them.
Already we are, and in fact, this is a fight that is worth to have. The fight of GNU.
Yes.
It is okay to have that internal fight.
Yes.
Because Unless, of
Why
course,
is it tiptoeing around?
you do believe in that GNU. It is okay to have that GNU dismantled, in my opinion.
Yes.
It is okay to
okay.
have it self-destruct.
It's okay.
It is okay. Why are you going to go extra
In fact, it will be your
mile?
opportunity to shine.
Yes. Yes.
You will never agree with these people for what you have already stated that you are representing when you are in that parliament. You are never going to agree if you're going to a GNU with these people. It's not going to happen.
If we are going to use these commits, these ad hoc commits, and this commission to actually score politics, petty politics, we are not going to benefit from what Mkwanazi has started. And this is what I'm seeing happening. Already nowadays, there are two factions. You score one on them, they are going to come. That is the ANC. Score one on you. When you have to take a crucial decision about what has been submitted in that parliament, you are not going to be able to speak in one voice in fighting corruption and crime and what is looking like a state or intelligence capturing and SAPS capturing.
And someone raises a very important question. Why is it that some policies are aligning with the other blue party? We have to think about that. Why does it sound like they're singing the same song?
It's like, you know, just to make it easier for you, it's like a situation of who's going to serve you better. You know, it's like we're being prepared to prepare for the worst that is coming. And if you, I'm waiting for what is going to happen when it comes to a Gauteng premier.
Yes.
Because that is going to tell us as to where
the mayor,
our mayor,
mayor,
yes, where our votes are going to be taken to. You know, in my opinion, that is going to tell us. It is highly impossible. You know, I got an SMS email. I've never seen a campaign like that. Never in my lifetime have I registered with the blue team. But I got a campaign. I got a message. A message. Let me read it for you.
Please read it. I don't understand when you're saying you got a message. What message are you talking about?
You'll be surprised.
What message are you talking about?
If you own a property in Joburg, then you should have gotten this message.
What? Okay, I don't know.
In my opinion.
What?
Okay, it's a long number with a lot of zeros, as usual. That's how we advertise. Let us make Helen Zille the new mayor of the Joburg. Under her leadership, the city of gold will shine again. Vote DA. Then says learn more. Believe in joburg.co.za. That is a link.
So this is an actual campaign.
So it has started, right?
This is a campaign.
It
this
has
is a
started.
very aggressive marketing.
It has started. Where they
So
got
you
my
guys
number?
are getting SMSs.
Where they got my number? God knows where. I don't know. But I guess if you go by capitalism and you subscribe to capitalism through supporting capitalism,
not even
you are probably gonna your numbers are everywhere.
Not even any political party is
I've never
able
heard
to
such.
send people SMSs telling them to vote.
I've never even waited for someone to preach or to me about the blue part. Never in my lifetime. I've never even had an argument with such a person. But I got an SMS. It was today around, let me see, around 14:38. That is 2. p.m. So, don't be surprised if all that you're saying you disagree with happens. It's a wrong story of what I think about this whole movement that is happening. But in a nutshell, to me, it seems like a preparation of your mind to say that if they were able to win Johannesburg, what can stop them from winning the country? People want them. That's why Anelem daughter is an unwanted mouth. That is
Right
an
now.
unwanted man.
They're ridiculing her right now, saying she didn't behave professionally, wara. No. She did what is actually supposed to be done by journalists that they never do. They just tiptoe around her. And even her response, you could see that she's not used to being asked actual questions.
So prepare
They always
your mind.
tiptoe around her.
Prepare your mind. You are, in my opinion, getting prepared. Because if they can win Joburg, then they can win South Africa.
Whether we like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether we vote for it or
Whether
not.
you vote, or in my opinion, or not. It can happen. But this is a psychological warfare that requires you to understand what is happening. It is not a mistake that in a critical time like this, we have big people using platform that they should be using for their own party, in my opinion, to actually gloat about the opposite side. It is not a mistake. It is not a mistake, in my opinion, what you see happening in Parliament, where people that you'd least expect.
No, I was taken by
from them to
surprise.
defend such. Those are
I'm
things that,
still
in my
surprised.
opinion, that are preparing you. Sometimes, ngizongena deep, but let me say this. I think these many parties that we have, some of them, they were created not to have win, but they actually assist a moving car to go to where it's supposed to go. It will take you years to understand. Maybe sometimes you can understand, you can be difficult, but it will take you years to actually understand. Some of these parties, they are not ready to actually, not that they are not ready, they don't want to.
They are not there for that. They are not in
It
existence.
becomes difficult
to lead the
to
country.
fathom the situation of a once bigger party reducing itself to this level. It becomes very difficult, in my opinion, but it's a story for another day that we can have, and it's not an easy story. Let's talk about what comes next.
Okay, there's possible witnesses, a list of possible witnesses that are going to be showing up at ad hoc committee. The first one, number 1, Lieutenant General Dumisani Kumalo is placed as number 1. I thought it would be Mkhwanazi. But Ushuguti, they are not counting him because it's obvious. Maybe they are counting the other ones that we are not so obvious, right? And General Mkhwanazi did say he will avail himself on the 24th. So, number 2 is Mr. Cedric Nkabinde, who is the Chief of Staff in the Minister of Police's office. Mr. Nkabinde has been referenced a lot by General Mkhwanazi as well as General Masemola in the Matlala Commission quite a lot as someone who was giving the communication of what was happening in the minister's office to them as the police in particular. And right after hearing Masemola today, what I figured is that the Minister of Police was not communicating with the police, with the National Commissioner. He was not communicating with him.
Maybe, let's say he was, but he was
passive in the communication.
Yeah, and he was overlooked in most cases.
Yeah.
To go to, when your manager, you are a manager, and then you have a senior manager, but he actually wants to hear from the people that report to you. Yes, that is the situation. The feeling is that what is the word for it? Where what is the word for it? Where someone doesn't follow the protocol of how things should actually go up. They just jump and go to the lower people down there. I mean, lower people is wrong, but to people who are foot soldiers.
Foot soldiers.
Yes.
I know the word, but it's not coming. It's not coming to me right now. Guys, help us out. It's Lungu, English. it's not connecting. Okay, but there is a word for it when you just bypass a person who's supposed to be. Yes. And you go to the people that are below that person. It seems like a lot of communication was happening like that between Minister Mkhunu and SAPS. Looks like
and
certain people were more in contact than the National Commissioner.
When you want to infiltrate, those are the traits of a person that wants to infiltrate the whole system or be in charge of the whole department on his own. Doesn't need managers.
So both MPs, Honorable Kochla, Barnard, and Honorable Fadel Adams are also on the list. So His Excellency President Ramaphosa.
Okay, so Fadel Adams is not part of the ad hoc committee.
He is. No, he's not a part of it. He's going to be called as a possible witness.
As a possible witness.
Yes, he's not a part of it. He's under the committee of police. He's not a part of this ad hoc committee. No, he's not there. And people are even pulling clips. There's a clip of him in Parliament after the disbandment of the Political Killings Task Team. And he was speaking also like really assassinating Kumalo's character, talking about how they are corrupt and stuff. And I was like, Fadel seems to have known. I remember in the previous recording we did, we were like, you are in trouble and whatnot. But it seems like he's been very active in this whole reporting crime intelligence situation. He's been very active from opening police dockets in 2 different stations across provinces, and the comments that were coming from his mouth when all of this was happening.
It's the only country where get out of my mind.
CI, crime intelligence.
Where crime intelligence can actually be discussed in this manner in Parliament. You look at how America deal with such things.
How was CIA? Nobody knows what's happening there. Everything is a conspiracy.
Yes. But here, information is flying under the door.
It's on social media. It's young stress. Honestly speaking, because I'm like, crime intelligence. There were parts when National Commissioner Matlala was testifying, and he was saying at the Matlala Commission, and he was speaking about how, as crime intelligence, he's not even supposed to explain as to how certain things work and certain things operate, because he will be giving the criminals ideas.
Exactly. But in this situation, we are going to have an ad hoc sitting on television and the commission dealing with such information.
Now criminals, very dangerous criminals, know that crime intelligence bought a hotel in Midrand.
Who is to say it's not part of the syndicate that is doing all this, putting the documents like under the door, of if there was ever such a thing?
It feels like
it's a process of disempowering, so that we can push maybe a person that we prefer. And in my opinion, I feel like I have seen this movie play 10 times more than it happens. We push people that we don't want. Not we. Let me not say we. They the minority pushes people that they don't want. Obvious. They need the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece becomes your mainstream. And now, behold, because even these YouTube street and your Facebook,
social media, all of them, TikTok, now, Twitter, Facebook,
they've now made it easier for such people to be bought so that they can sing a certain narrative and they sound clever. They speak better English than I do, in my opinion.
And also, with regards to the president, it reminds me or takes me back to CIC's comment when he's saying that they're not going to be reduced to the subcommittee of the commission. And here, the president is one of the possible witnesses. Why would you feel the need to call the president unless if you are hearing what is unfolding at the commission pertaining to the national commissioner and the provincial commissioner of KZN?
I know all of you were, just to deviate, Emily, I know all of you were celebrating the so-called GNU that I never actually got to understand. We are in a situation now where PA, right?
Yes.
Who's this guy?
Kenny
Gunen, who was partially suspended or?
He was suspended pending an investigation, which is what should happen with Ms. Kochla, but it's not going to happen.
And then his has been, cleared, right?
They did investigations by 3 law firms and they've all cleared him.
Is that now a party, right?
Yes, it's a political party.
So guess what is going to, in my thinking, what is going to happen now? So he now needs to go back as a what?
As the MEC of Transport in
MEC
Johannesburg.
of Transport in Johannesburg.
Yes.
And most probably your likes of DA, they want to fill that position, and the ANC.
Yeah.
But because of this relationship that they have, they might bring that man back.
He might go.
There is a possibility that that man can come back.
Yes.
Because you know what? If you, ANC, which is majority of the GNU, don't give us that, then we will affiliate ourselves with GNU. So
Just
force your
get,
hand
yeah.
with DA so that DA can actually push their own person, but ANC is not going to get to push their own person there.
Even Minister Mackenzie was saying that yes, he's cleared and he's going back to work. The plan or what we had seen happening was the young man.
What we were told about the tenders flying and given to people who are non-South Africans, allegedly.
It's not even alleged, it's true. He had a whole interview with ENCA talking about this contract. So Kenny Kunene and the board of transport awarded the fixing of Lillian Goy Street in CBD, in Braamfontein in CBD. There's a street there that was exploding. It exploded in 2022, I think, or 2023. We don't know what was happening underground. We don't know what caused it. It was never really quite reported, but rumors were saying that there was illegal mining happening underground. Some were saying that, there were explosions. I don't know. But that street was ripped apart.
Part of the intelligence. It's classified.
It's classified
Alleged.
as well.
I'm
We
joking,
don't know.
man, I'm joking.
We don't know what actually
Yeah.
caused that whole thing. It was never really fully reported on as to what caused the damage. So Kenny Kunen and his board in the MEC of Transport, they decided, you know what? They're going to award this tender to a Nigerian company. The Nigerian company took it. And now there's a paving on that entire street. Not a tar road.
A whole
paving.
busy street. That's
Guess what? How much was that tender for? It was 860 million.
And it's a short space. You could have, for God's sake, replace. In fact, you could have done a proper tire road. It's a short distance from
a tar road.
From Bree to that. Not even far from the other side, Gandhi side, Gandhi
Square.
Gandhi Square.
You could have done a tar road.
800 million.
They did a pavement on a very busy street. That is one of the most busiest streets in China.
Million, close to $1 billion.
And they say it costed 400 million, I think. That's the cost estimation so far because they're not done. They're not done with the pavement.
Hey, people are getting rich. And we're paying tax. Hey.
So with regards to the president being called, I am curious because they're saying they're not going to be directed by what's happening with the commission. And in the commission is where the National Commissioner, Fanima Semola, actually said he had a meeting with the president regarding the disbandment of the political killings task team. He said a meeting took place between himself and
the list,
president.
Who released that list? Isn't it the ad hoc committee?
It's the ad hoc committee.
So why are they calling the president? Because there was no such insinuation beforehand. And then if they are not using what is happening in the commission, why are they calling him?
Because abafuna ukususa ukohla, abafuna ukutshela ukohla ukuthi ayohlala ekhaya. Bazombiza. Is investigation, just like they do with people like us.
Can you imagine paving your yard can actually cost you something like 11? Okay, let's say you are paving with proper paving, 11,000 depending on the size of your yard.
Lillian Goy street pavement is costing 400. So far, it has costed 400 million rands.
And
you know what the danger is? Should it explode? Imagine the damage.
But manje shoot because it is not clear as to what actually.
No, it's not clear what caused that whole eruption, earthquake situation. What was happening?
Kind of vibes.
Imagine people are going to be hurt.
400,000. You add 10. It's a magic. What can actually that number be? You know, you just. Have you ever thought of that, Emil?
I don't even know.
That if you take 400,000 and you add a 0.
You add a 0, you've got.
What do you get?
Yo, it's quite a lot.
And
the margin is.
It becomes millions, what? 4 million.
Hundreds of millions.
It becomes 4 million, right?
Yes.
If you add 2 zeros,
hundreds.
It becomes 400 million. I'm just thinking, only to find that you just went on and you like 400,000 of paving.
The next one, number 6, is Mr. D. Perumal.
Yeah.
And then D. Perumal, I don't know which one it is because we've heard of a Perumal in the Senzo Miwa trial. So I don't know.
Isaiah, thank you. God bless you. Shabong.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Shabong.
So I don't know who the specific D. Perumal is. Number 7, Mr. Sanel Belokan. And then number 8, Lieutenant General Godfrey Lebeya.
Oh.
The former Hawks head.
Oh.
So he's also of interest. It's quite interesting.
You know, I would have thought
speaking about him.
I would have thought that also out of those names, I would have added Stoll
as well. Ukon, number 9, General Ketla Stoll.
Okay. Ulokhuzana ke ubafo lo owakhululwa ulokhuzana. Umkhwanazi lapha bemxosha. Who's that guy who was
Khan?
Is he there?
No.
Oh, ndiyadlala.
No Pegicela akekho la.
Hayibo.
Akekho Pegicela.
Oh.
Mina bengathi bazobuza uPegicela. uPegicela akekho kule list. Okay, and remember there was an article that came out that said he hasn't given them a response on whether he'd be coming. It was pertaining the ad hoc committee.
Are they going to subpoena him? That's why he's not part of the list.
Konje wanted to subpoena Mkwanazi. Are they going to subpoena Bigicel as well? That's a question. Okay. And then there's also Mr. Natim Tetwa. Natim Tetwa is an ambassador in another country now. But I'm sure arrangements can be made for him to fly. And why is his name here? Because the person who talked about Mr. Natim Tetwa is General Kwanazi while he was giving his testimony on Friday to say that, during 2011, there was a lot going on, with pertaining him acting as the acting head. He's saying that he wanted to follow the corruption charges against Konje Batubane.
It seems as if that situation is used to actually defend us. Let's agree to that. It doesn't necessarily mean that the opposite of what was said there is not true, because it seems as if the people that they are gunning for are people that have already been spoken about there on the other side. But, I'm not looking at Khan on that aspect of attending parties. For me, I think there is a lot to answer with regards to what happened in that airport. That's what
he intercepted.
What he intercepted, and what was the final outcome. I would like to sit down and eat popcorn and understand that fight that happened between the SAPS.
Connect the dots.
I'm saying connect the dots. Why I'm saying that? You cannot simply look for Indo-Dest and leave such people, in my opinion. You can't. But I mean, and the guys that were intercepted, actually, I would have called those guys.
Yes.
One of them or two. They can come if it was two of them. I don't know how many were there. Because in my understanding, the ones that were intercepted, probably they were the correct one. Why I'm saying this, I would like to understand, and that also brings then, that's why I said I would have liked to have Kekla Stole there, because that explanation, I think that was his time, right? That was his time.
It was his time.
So you need to come and clarify as to why Amapoisake intercepted Lape Airport. And no one was arrested out of that.
Yes.
One person just went to discipline and he came back, he's working fine now.
What happened with the rest?
What happened? Who was intercepting who? For what? Taking into consideration the submissions that were made by DIFO. So you start with DIFO.
Yes.
When it comes to the cartel. Yes. Who was intercepting who then, if you were to follow the line of DIFO's thinking and what he was telling in some of these podcasts?
Connecting those dots. Yeah,
so that's why I'm saying I would have loved to have this hero that eventually made sure that everything went according to the law. Because if, one question, we don't ask questions. If they were wrong, those ones who were taking these ones to book them, go Katlehong, ne?
Yes.
Why are they not arrested? Zonke Zizwe Katlehong. Why are they not arrested then? Where are they? Are they arrested? Were they ever arrested after this one was
There's no mention of what happened to them.
I don't want to talk about these things at all. But I'm just thinking, I just enjoy thinking,
There's no mention of what happened to those police officers who were intercepted and who just managed to blame everything on General Khan.
They just left the stuff and then went out. They managed to blame Khan. And then Khan was cleared. And then now they continued the job.
We need to understand that whole process. We need to understand it. Honorable Glenis Breitenbach of the DA is also a possible witness.
For what?
Maybe she will share, because she also was a prosecutor at the Pretoria High Court. So
is
maybe
she
there's
coming
something
on the basis of being a prosecutor?
Of being a witness.
Of from which position is it coming from? There are many.
The MP. I guess she's now an MP.
Mkwana's touched many departments there. At what level is she coming at? Is it the level of NPA?
That's what I suspect. Because there's also a story behind how she left the NPA there's mentions there. Even I think even Kwanazi briefly mentioned something, about her slightly. It's just that I can't recall when, where, and what was the context. But she's also one of the people that will be possible witnesses that will be at the ad hoc committee. And this was very interesting. Mr. Tifo Malisela. Mr. Tifo is the reason, or partly the reason, or one would say the reason,
now
why everything is unfolding.
Now, it is very interesting that Tifo made the list.
It's very interesting.
And why I'm saying that is because CIC had certain opinion about.
Hey!
So how is it going?
Chicken sidirang, are the chicken something. Nyakumbula gota. And even if his mlekwa chickens were stolen, he would never call Advocate Tifo to represent him. Do you remember
they had mouthful to say about that.
Yes.
So
you must respect the judiciary, something like that. There was a lot that he said, and it baffled me.
So what are they calling him for?
I don't know.
Because I unless Tifo comes with something
new,
some evidence.
Okay.
Because that's what is going to work there.
Yeah,
otherwise,
they
this is a make or break. I mean, we see what is currently happening with Fanny Masemula, with some of the things being told. Don't say that. You shouldn't have said that.
You are hammering on that too much.
You are hammering on that too much. Can you imagine that type of a hostility facing Tifo again? I hope and I pray. This is my last prayer. I pray that he does not come with some of the things that are slid under the door. I hope. I hope, because one day we'll talk about these things. Sometimes we are just, walking on the eggs. We don't want to upset people, But I have a strong opinion about the whole things that happen in my opinion around Tifo, but and other advocates that represented accused number one, I think. It all let's leave it at that.
Not mention it.
Let's leave it at that.
A time will come to share it,
because but I hope that he comes and he say what he needs to say for my sake, because I love that man. For my sake, I hope he comes and say what he needs to say. No additional stuff. Next thing, no intelligence. Because next thing you'll be asked as to where you got that thing.
Yes.
So people, other people, they seem to have this intelligence that we don't have, and then they give it to you. They don't go and say, hey, here's what I got. Next thing, hey, Ibo. When it's time for them to actually account for those things, a ghost lit it under the door.
And another thing that very much disturbs me is when they call him. Okay, he shares and shares and shares, and then towards the end, they decide to use that whole disbarred situation as a weapon.
More so
to
because
crumble everything that it's just
said. Yes. That is why I'm saying I feel it's too at this point in time. I would like to believe, in my opinion, that he will be fragile, and I hope that it doesn't happen like that, because anyone can be anyone in that room. So it's not the court as you expect. The court is different. At least even if you go to court, you must hide it with some section or some law from 1971 or 108. At least they are able to hide it using some section. Whether it fits or it doesn't fit, it's a story then for another day. Or when you go and appeal.
But all prayers for Advocate Tifo and strength to him. And he must avoid bringing stuff that he got via under the doors
back
and
doors,
stuff.
yes. That is going to be a
They're going
serious
to
problem.
use that against
Yes, that is going to be a serious problem. But okay, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
If that happens, then we will finally uproot that small tree that is actually no one touches it, because you'll have to declare where you got such information. You can now also come and say, hey, under the door, someone
slit
it. Yeah, bo. So that's another. It could be maybe it could be a trap in that direction to say, okay, let's call this person. Obviously, it's gonna come with a lot because he's been saying a lot.
Yeah.
But we want to know, where is he getting the intern? Because that question you cannot dodge when you are there.
Yeah. And the last one is Advocate Lawrence Mukhwebi. That's the last person that they've called as possible witnesses. I don't know per se who they are. I'm yet to find out how they are fitting in this whole puzzle. So the last topic, Mr. Anonymous, we had planned to talk about is what General Fani Masemola had to say about General Sbiya actually coming to him and saying that he wanted the cold case unit to report to him. Cold case unit to come under him. There's a clip of it, Mr. Anonymous. I don't know if you can find it so that we listen. Because a lot was said there and I'm like, yo. I was yawning all over those 3 minutes. Yo. You know, I can't keep up everything. Every day we are finding out stuff. And I'm like, why cold case unit?
Let's hear what was said.
Within his portfolio of operation.
Yes, he wants that unit to come to his portfolio. I don't deny it. Maybe on the substructure, it's possible that the unit might be linked to him. But for reasons that the cold case units deal with work that you can say where the general detectives or the detectives have failed to unearth or resolve cases, then the cold case unit has been reporting directly to the National Commissioner since the previous National Commissioner and currently myself. And as the National Commissioner, I counseled him that the vast complexity of crime detection necessitated his focus elsewhere. The cold case unit's specialized mandate does not require his direct involvement given the expansive responsibilities already entrusted to his command. Actually, I did explain to him that you were just being appointed. You have this elephant that you must deal with. So you can't be looking for a piece of hair from the tail of the elephant. Deal with your elephant. Once I'm convinced that you can deal with it, maybe I can then consider giving you this small unit that is there.
Yes, from the elephant, if you can then move to paragraph 172.
The second point of contention centered on General Sbiya's insistence that Lieutenant General Tumisani Kumalo, as Divisional Commissioner for Crime Intelligence, should not retain dockets for investigation, specifically the counterintelligence investigations. Lieutenant General Sbiya advocated for the sensitive docket to be removed from crime intelligence and reassigned to detectives. Again, I advise Lieutenant General Sbiya that his attention should remain on the considerable and demanding portfolio for which he is now responsible, but rather than seeking to restructure units that serve critical, well-established functions within our operational architecture. There is nothing wrong for counterintelligence investigations to carry dockets. So what I'm explaining here is that within crime intelligence, you have got, under counterintelligence, we have got what is called counter investigations. They will carry minimal dockets, and there is nothing wrong if they are doing that. So, hence they are called counterintelligence investigations. They can choose to work, partner with detectives, or choose to work alone and involve a detective at some point. It's up to them. There is nothing wrong in that regard. And of course, as long if it's a case docket, they now and then update it on the system. But due to the sensitivity of such cases, it might be possible that you can't update on the system, because if you do, the information that will be there might not be suitable to be seen by everyone. So I also once again advise him that those dockets are minimal to the amount of work that you have at your hand.
He just arrived. He just arrived. Remember, he got his permission.
We just arrived.
He just arrived as the National Deputy Commissioner. You just arrived. You haven't even warmed your seat yet. You haven't even figured out what your routine looks like as the National Deputy Commissioner, and already you're saying, give me these portfolios. I want crime intelligence. I want the cold case unit to be under my portfolio. Hebatum.
What I find interesting, I see that you're saying it's just arrived. It's fine. You are right. The commissioner is actually saying that. What I find interesting is the attack on Kumar. But also, what I also find interesting is also the attack coming from outside, from the so-called whistleblowers and whatnot, to the very same person. Mm-hmm. Is that a coincidence? The papers and everyone else.
It cannot be.
Yeah. So
it's not.
This attack and the IP, is it IDEC?
Yes, also there's IDEC that made the arrest from NPA. Yeah,
it's very interesting actually. Now that I've listened to Mkwanas and listened to Fanima Semul, and how he had to defend this Khumalo Umzilikazi in many ways, where people were gunning for what he has. They wanted to retain the docket. The issue was with the docket, but again, leave that. Let's forget about that. These coincidences that are happening, that everyone, even people who are getting what we call dockets being slid under the door, and even people that are getting it through the what is it, the press,
the articles in February
that we cannot find. You know, it just coincide, I guess, and other people are talking about this corrupt. General Kumal, I didn't know him that much, but when I started knowing him, in my mind, I just have a person who's corrupt. Up until today. Others are still even saying today he's corrupt. Okay, it's a story for another day. But the coincidence, ngiyakuzwa mina Ndonga wena Mkhwanazi, nawe Fanima Semula, mina I understand you. Now, the cold case team that people are interested in. It's very interesting. Let us take you back to the Census case, because that's our point of.
We got the gist.
That's our point of reference as far as our bar can take us.
Yes.
When it comes to this law, as we are experts now, yes. I must say we are experts now. How that case was moved from the normal teams that were investigating
in Force Loras,
and it moved from one place to Pretoria and all that.
To Boksburg.
To Boksburg.
Then from Boksburg
to Pretoria.
To Pretoria.
Yeah. So how it changed and it decided to be cold, it's beyond me. Because this case now and then in the media, it was reported about that we're still investigating the arrest there and there. Kandi, as to how a case got cold is still a mystery to me that I'm trying to find. It's like looking for a needle in a dark room.
They said the docket is on Chauke's desk. He refuses to prosecute. He refuses to prosecute, to launch a prosecution or to sign it off so that he can go to trial. That's what we were told. So if it's at his desk, it meant the investigations were complete. Is it not so?
Meaning also that the case was still hot.
Yeah.
Because they'd done their job. From moving from the desk.
Arrests were ready.
Moving from the desk of Chauke to being cold. I'm saying it again. It is still a mystery. It is like looking for a needle in a dark room that has no windows or whatsoever. But it did move.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to the situation of the dockets. The dockets were being investigated, and we are hearing that they were taken, put somewhere where they can catch the aircon. Then eventually, probably, I'm thinking shame, when they feel that, hey, we are feeling this aircon, they could have gotten cold, if it wasn't for...
If it wasn't from Kwadas.
And then everything just coincide. Everything just coincide. And again, we might have a common fact. Everything just coincide, and then it gets cold, and then the cold team takes it, and then, the rest is history. Should I tell you more? It's very interesting, though. Just very, very interesting.
What were the descriptions? They're gathering dust.
They were. That's what Mkwanazi said. He said they are gathering dust. And I must say that tirelessly, the name is of Sbiya, who's currently really having a lot to answer for himself. People are saying, I mean, I watched a documentary, Senzo's case, he was there, explaining how he found the scene.
It was already contaminated.
And then we hear the name Sbiya again during Zungu's testimony when he was being questioned, and we hear that the accused actually they saw Sbiya accused number one.
So Sbiya,
when he was actually being suspended, was he suspended? Yeah.
Yes, he was suspended
Apparently
from the SAPS.
It's very interesting that then we hear this news of that he actually would have liked to work with our investigator, because Belangiti, if you take the call team, then you work with the investigator that they worked with.
Not just the investigator, the head of the National Cold Case Unit. The head of the National Cold Case Unit. Remember, he was reporting directly to Mr. Kehla Stole, General Kehla Stole.
Now he's reporting to Fanima Semula
Now
directly.
he's reporting to General Fanima Semula directly. So now the National Deputy Commissioner, he just arrived. And he says,
we just arrived.
I would like to have this cold case actually not report to you, National Commissioner, but they must be under my portfolio.
Let it be my problem.
And then Fanima Semula is saying, this is such a small unit. You've got elephants. You've got elephants that are ahead of you, and you just want to go to this small unit.
What of it? Hey,
you just want to go to that small unit. And then secondly, he didn't end there. He says crime intelligence.
They shouldn't have those dockets.
Those dockets under crime intelligence must be given to investigators, detectives, not even investigators, detectives.
And there's a relationship between detectives and him. At some point, he was the head of them, right?
Yes. He's the national head for detectives.
It's a lot of things that are happening. But wow. Now that if I was to draw the sketch of what is happening, I can find this classified document being slid under the door. Certain people are friends of
General
Sbiya and the cold case team being wanted back under Sbiya, and the dockets were taken. Mkhwanazi alleges by Sbiya collecting the dust, meaning, in my opinion, they were getting cold. And the coincidence of the attack from this head of intelligence coming from outside, people who are not supposed to have certain information, having that information. Yeah, in South Africa, it's a lot. So we move, but angisho ukuthi ngithini mina ngithi asingakhulumi into eziningi, guys. Let us hear what you guys have to say. Emil, are you done?
I'm done. You guys can call in if there's anything else you'd like to add. You know what I think about that affidavit that Ken Matlala apparently wrote and described Sbiya as a friend, and then you hear that there was a building for SAPS, a college, that when General Sbiya now becomes the deputy, just signs it over to Matlala and says, yeah, you can use it.
Imotos yathengwa zinama blue lights.
By the way, we are supposed to even talk about Matlala's blue lights.
No, let's finish it. Let's talk about it once and for all.
Okay, guys, next. Oh, Matlala, guys. Matlala had taken the vehicles from Empd, Ekurhuleni Metro Police, and registered them under his company, Cat Services, VIP, Cat VIP. Okay? And that to me is shocking, guys.
I'm
flabbergasted.
Somuntu ongakhona ukuthatha iveni ngenkani ngendlunzula ayolipaka kubo.
A confidential report by Independent Police Investigative Directorate, this is IPID, seen by IOL, Independent News, has uncovered a disturbing case of alleged corruption and fraud implicating controversial businessman Vusi Matlala and the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department, EMPD. The report, referenced as Boxback Cus 262, March 2023, dated the 1st of August 2023, is signed by the Director of Investigations and Acting National Head of Investigations. It outlines how Matlala allegedly engineered a scheme to fraudulently transfer ownership of 4 city-owned vehicles from the city of Ekurhuleni's fleet to his private security company, Cat VIP, circumventing proper procedures and regulations. 4. Now there was a scandal of his wife or former wife who was transporting their school children. Apparently she posted on Instagram and she said that they were going to take her to the airport. She was in a blue light brigade. She was being transported by EMPD vehicles with blue lights that morning. Traffic of the morning. People are taking their children to school. People are going to work.
I'm starting to believe that thing of Masemula being a person under this fella who is his boss. I got there was such.
Yesterday he said that a witness told him, General Fani Masemola said a witness told him while they were investigating Vusi Matlala, and this witness particularly did not want to be the case Jerry Bushokha, the kidnapped Jerry Bushokha, to be handled by General Sbiya. He or she had specifically requested for that not to happen.
Yeah, but Sbiya's name is coming out a lot. Even we're talking about Vusi.
This person also said, Minister, Wena, you don't know. Ket Matlala is your deputy. Ket Matlala is also working as your deputy, just that you don't know about it. He's working with General Sbiya on cases. My jaw was on the floor. It's just an allegation. It's hearsay. But what? Imagine a person who wants their case to be investigated, making such requests to say, that particular general, I see them a lot with this person that I'm suspecting. And this person actually does police work. It's just that you don't know about it. He's your deputy. Let's continue. So they're saying Empd revealed that between January 18 and 24, 2023, 4 vehicles, right? 4 vehicles, or I actually did not, I skipped this part. So according to Empd report submitted to Empd Chief of Police, the controversy began in February 2023 after a media query sought clarification on the use of Empd vehicles by CAT VIP and whether a formal memorandum of understanding existed between the two entities. So I'm suspecting is that video on Instagram, that whole trending situation that now made people pay attention. Ubani Manjelo se posta ngama blue lights. Who is this person and what is this security company that's having blue lights? So Empd revealed that between January 18th and 24, 2023, 4 vehicles were initially registered under the City of Ekurhuleni fleet. By March 2023, however, the ownership had inexplicably shifted on the National Traffic Information System, INATIS, to CAT VIP.
You now know Natis. I agree, Nina, you are experts of police now. You need to open your research companies now, but researching the policing in South Africa.
INATIS, we hear it a lot on that other case. We heard it a lot. So INATIS.
How the system cannot be changed. Now the model transfer you will.
4 cars.
But they told us in that Sezo's case that in this you can't touch it.
You can't change, you can't edit, nothing.
The models vanished. They vanished. They never made it apparently. Did they even made it to the yard?
No, they never came back to Maspala. They were gone.
In artis.
Significantly, the city incurred expenses amounting to 2,218 for the initial registration and licensing of these vehicles, a cost later deemed unjustified as the cars were never delivered to the municipality. They're saying they got costs, they got charged. Like it's my accountant are looking through balancing the books, and then they're like, there's 2,218 here on these books, and it's saying it's for the registration of these vehicles, 4 of them. But where are they? Where are these cars? So it's an unjustified expense. How can we have paid for cars that are not here? Cannot be accounted for. So it has been ascertained that the chief of the Empd was at the time acting as deputy chief of police from October 15, 2021 to November 2nd, 2023, and further discovered that the chief of police and deputies do not have powers to enter into memorandum of understanding, MOU, with external stakeholders. So they're not allowed to enter into memorandums of understanding with private businesses or with other businesses. They're not allowed to do that. So those powers are vested in the office of the city manager. And the process has various stages. It has to pass before it gets signed off. So, IPID's investigation found that Matlala, exploiting his position, instructed the city's fleet manager to fraudulently register the vehicles under his private company, CAT-VIP. The report found no evidence of any memorandum of understanding between CAT-VIP and EMPD in the department's archives, discrediting any claim of a formal agreement. So there was no process that he embarked on to at least try to make this whole thing civil. There was no memorandum of understanding that he had done.
So it is alleged.
Allegedly. There was no memorandum of understanding between CAT-VIP and EMPD found in the archives of EMPD, meaning that there was a misrepresentation when such memorandum of understanding was referred to. Somebody said there was a memorandum of understanding between us and CAT-VIP. Turns out it's not there. IPID concluded that the unauthorized actions constituted to fraud and corruption, since Matlala's misrepresented himself and EMPD, authorizing vehicle registrations that unduly benefited his private enterprise. Blue light. Not only was he using the blue lights for his security company, he was using them for free. Based on the evidence collected, the state has a strong case against the suspect as he acted unlawfully with full intent of corruption, as the CAT-VIP unduly benefited as license fees of their vehicles were paid for by the city of Ekurhuleni. Can you imagine? This person used to transport very high-profile people under this CAT-VIP protection. There were many high-profile people, including your politicians, including business people that are, moneyed and high esteemed. Because of that blue light situation, he qualified to transport certain individuals in the country. So IPID revealed that disciplinary measures be taken against acting EMPD Chief of Police Julius Mkhwanazi for contravening the police disciplinary procedure collective agreement. So Julius Mkhwanazi is alleged to be close with Mr. Matlala. There's an allegation that he is close to him, and they are saying that Julius Mkhwanazi is also living, a lavish life. He's got expensive vehicles and stuff. Everything is alleged, of course, but those are the rumors on the streets, that he's living quite a lavish life. He's having expensive cars, not one car, cars. Yeah, boy. And he's an associate or friend of Mr. Ket Matlala. The rumors on the streets, Aksimina. It also stated that the matter has been referred to the Director of Public Prosecutions. Hey, yabona Director of Public Prosecutions yena. When contacted Patoy.
It's okay.
When contacted, City of Ekurhuleni spokesperson Phakamile Mbengashe acknowledged the allegations. He said that the city is already looking into these allegations through its internal processes and is cooperating with relevant authorities. Mbengashe said the city's commitment to due process and noted that since the matter is currently before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, the municipality would refrain from commenting publicly until that process concludes. Once the appropriate process have run their course at the commission, then they'll be able to provide a fuller public update. Reports about any actions taken since the report's completion in 2023, IPID spokesperson Lizzie Suping appointed to the President Cyril Ramaphosa, recently instituting a commission investigating police services and political interference. IPID's position is that the commission should be allowed to proceed with its mandate, and they will not be commenting on media inquiries failing within the commission's scope. So there were also reports that he had been also told Julius Mkhwanazi to sit at home while he's being investigated. Those were the last reports that I'd received about him. But yeah, people have been living large. People have been living life. People have been, a lot has been going on while we were busy with the High Court Pretoria. A lot has just been going on. These things, 2022, they've been happening.
A lot is going on, right, guys? If you're gonna call now.
Yay, guys.
But while we wait for you, I guess see iculo esivamise ukucula njalo. Sinibingelele. Udia Thulani, thank you. Siyabonga. Isikhathi sokubonga ke manje siyabonga. Ayingilungisa kahle mic yami kuze ngizoyishaya kahle lento. Mbuso Zibula, thank you. SD Gundankomo, Mkhwanazi Kadlozi, thank you. Gudunkomo, sorry. SD Gudunkomo, sorry. Mkhwanazi Kadlozi, thank you. Backyard Mechanic, thank you. Our member Mthokozi Silanga, our moderator, thank you. We appreciate you. Press the like button, guys. Boitumelo MC Master, thank you. Tobeka D, our moderator, and I remind you again as I called another moderator. Press the like button. Thank you. Rebecca Memana, thank you. Monet D, thank you. Ignatia Jimenez, thank you. Mbuso Zibula, thank you. Sibone, sehlanjalo Mraul Mtrobel, thank you. Zodwa Dlamini, thank you. Siyabonga. Siphathisiwe Memory Shabangu, thank you. Tinje hi family Mzansi. Hi family Mzansi, thank you. Siyabonga Memory. Sibonga kakhulu. Siphinde size kulona. Our member, thank you. Khadi Yamasohana, thank you. Asibone lapha. Awu holiday namhlanje yilo. Awusesekulo. Iholiday kaShaka. Zobezwa. It's a Heritage Day, apparently. Yeah, so
Happy Heritage Day.
In a Heritage Day. Samuel Radebe, thank you. Asibone lana u Koskoriza SA, thank you. Siyabonga. Sizwe 18 membership, thank you. Siyabonga Sizwe. Hey, ever present. Wena mangavala channel hayi impela hayi. Bonomthokozisi nolo angazi ukuthi ngenzakalani. Kodwa ke ngeke asithembe. Ishmael Justice, thank you to Hello Family. Tsepo Magena, family. Lula Masirai membership, ever present. Good evening, family. Sibone, kutubani simshiyayo. Sicelo Mloyi, uthi hello family. Siyabonga sicelo. Uzozo Mahlangu, uthima angila pandizi, andizi ngithi ngiyafunda lapha na. Backyard Mechanic, I've mentioned you membership. Sylvia Shabalala, uthi nje hi. Sibonge ke kulindani Dube nge-membership renewal. Sibonge Lindani, sibonge akwande la uthathe khona, siyabonga. Membership guys, it helps. Thank you. Siyabonga kakhulu. Siba sibonge kakhulu. Ever present also. Be hard, cut it. But looking at this, it seems like Zulu people are more resistant compared to other tribes.
You mean in terms of, I saw those comments a lot today in terms of this whole demeanor that Mkhwanazi has compared to Fanny Masemola. I'm not going to expect people to have the same character, but Masemola did great with how, now that I heard his side of the story, how he handled this situation could not have been handled in a combative way.
Okay, no, you know what? I respect Masemola.
I also respect him.
leadership is not acting, but it's releasing your soldiers to do so, and he has done that.
Knowing to delegate, knowing who to give what.
He has done that. You know,
understanding the strong points of your team. That's leadership.
He has actually demonstrated good leadership, and I think his appointment was maybe thought of as something that a person that's going to be a rollover because of his character, but it has turned out into be a sour situation, in my opinion. He has like turned the tables 3 times. That's my thinking.
And they were saying when Matlala was asking and pressing him on how he would act if a minister told him to do something that was wrong, and he was like, it would be career limiting, but career limiting, he's right. In government, in fact, in any institution, including the private sector, you cannot challenge authority.
Yeah, more so politically. It becomes difficult. I mean, the reason why we have the likes of Malema and everyone else, it was challenging the authority. It must be said that. History then should remind us that is the case.
So people interpreted that as cowardly, but
no, that's not being cowardly.
It's a fact.
Yeah,
it is career limiting to go to your boss and say no.
But let's continue with the people here. Yeah, that's true. I respect him. Zuzu, that team, for me, like, I respect them all. Zuzu, Siyabonga, thank you. That team, Pela, must not be compromised. Not one person. I'm sure Ukumaluzo figure another team that they want. It seems as if, because I think I've heard him speak, he sounds...
in the parliament.
And the other thing that people should remember, I think I heard that Mkwanazi has LLB.
I don't know if he has a LLB. Apparently he said he doesn't have it, so now I'm not sure
He said so.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe he studied somewhere halfway.
He looks like he studied something very theory based.
Yeah.
He sounds very, very articulate in English, which means maybe he reads a lot, or maybe he does have an LLB. He just doesn't want to tell us.
To disclose it, yeah.
Because what I realized about him also, he understands how to make a case stick. Remember how he was describing how they arrested the correctional facility official at Kalagabusha, and how he was making them caution the fact that for you to make this a successful prosecution, because you have to realize this person was a correctional services head. If it comes back that you wrongfully arrested them, they're gonna sue the state for a lot of money. You are messing with their career and stuff. So you have to make sure that when you arrest them, you follow the right procedure so that you get a successful prosecution. And because of that, they said they wanted to paint him as protecting corruption. Interfering.
Right. Refill, Simango, thank you.
So you have to know law. You have to know law to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a bit of criminology or something, but I don't know. But there's something that I cannot put my finger on it. It seems as if there's something. Mlilo, thank you. And Sbone. Boitumelo MC Master, I've mentioned you. If I haven't, here you go. Monadi, I've mentioned you. Yeah, Niapinda manje, Niapinda. Agesibona. Hayi bafowethu. Seniyaphinda ke manje. Renas Logistic. I also did receive Helen Zill's campaign message. He's laughing.
Guys.
Right, there you go. At least people think I was lying. Yeah. Kaya music.
What kind of a campaign is this? Even my Twitter is full of people that are endorsing, and I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? What is this? I don't want to see this.
Yo, the
get out of my
people that you trust. Nombeko Valencia. Thank you. Siyabonga. Akasibone lapha. Akasibone Vimek. Siyabonga. Zilungile Shusha. Siyabonga. Ubani Sibongile Khumalo. Siyabonga. Sibongile Khumalo. Umpumizwana, I've mentioned you. Akasibone la. The shopping girl. Patriotic Alliance made my day. Therefore, deserves to give evidence at the ad hoc committee, especially about the police brutality. Yeah. I guess Themba ukuthi izohamba nje kanjalo indaba. Sazi siyozwa khona.
Yes.
Sonke sibheke khona, sibheke ngamehla abomvu lolu. Themba Gumede, thank you. Ubani lo? Yeah. Bongani Emmanuel, thank you if I haven't mentioned you. Injalo indaba. Bafowethu. Isaiah Patedi, thank you membership and God bless you again. Siyabonga kakhulu. Inkosi busise lapho. Sbiya membership, thank you. Sehla ngoholoko. Umbuso Zulu. Bebhizi namhlanje. Lazola kodwa siyabonga phela ilokho esikufuna vele. Lazola boya. Thank you. Siyabonga. Siyabonga bafethu ngaphandle ama comment wenu singayini. Ndanzi Leya. Hello and good evening family. Good morning now from us. I think you wrote earlier but we couldn't go through what you said. Sibanda Skatele. Thank you. Siyabonga Sibanda. Sibonge nje ukuthi nibe nathi. Sikhulume lezi ndaba. I'm not sure if the phone is ringing. Do be saying Maja. Thank you. Yesibone. Queen of South Africa. Thank you. Siyabonga. Queen of South Africa. Awusu amajaji. Thobani Dube. Thank you. Sibonge Thobani Dube. Sibonge nje ukuba khona kwakho. Sibonga nje lokho ukuthi ukhona. Bani Dumsani Munyoro. Thank you. Siyabonga Dumsani. Siphinde futhi sizolanda uSibusiso Nsibande. Sibonge Sibusiso Nsibande. Sibonge kuwe kakhulu ukuthi ube nathi this channel. Manchester John, morning family. Morning Manchester. Gabsile Mabuza, Sbiya was not suspended. He was dismissed. Yeah, he was dismissed. Yeah, thank you for correction. Chuku Anna, thank you Siyabonga. Hello family, all. I hope everyone doing well. Thank you Chuku Anna. Lindiwe. Thank you. Good evening. Angisele iti. I'll catch up. Lindiwe. We also waiting in the busy like I'm sure as you catch up. Pinkinziba. Hey there. Damn. Right. Injalo indaba. Sibonge nje. Yeah. Pamela Sisane. Thank you. Siyabonga Pamela. Icon. Nibaningi. Pedro, our member. Adi, good evening. Good morning, Pedro. Good morning from this side of ours, Nkosami. Sekusile. Sekuphelile njalo usuku. Sasibuyele emsebenzini kusasa. Boli telling unbiased. I came late, but I know leave politics. Yesterday you were defending telling unbiased. We are wanna minang defend.
You cannot be unbiased.
Minang defend. You know what? I don't defend. I will tell you the truth. Yabo. Mauza give minang zokutshela iqiniso ukuthi okay. Yeah. This is what I enjoyed from this one. Minang defend. That's a problem. Yabo. I don't defend. I tell it as it is. Because what matters to me, ngingane mfowethu. I don't defend ndendala mina. Ngingane mfowethu, ngingane mina. I'm thinking for my kids. Yabo. Angisiyo leyo nhlobo lezo ukuthi nginengane okumele ngiyishiye nomhlaba.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I don't think for a party. I think for umhlaba.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a problem of that we have.
And ownership.
We are too invested into praising people. That's why South Africans, in a sense, we are gullible. One can actually claim that we are gullible. That's why we are too gullible. Niyashesha ukholwa.
Abanye ba busy nge-rapture.
Niyashesha ukholwa. Mina into engiyenzayo bafowethu ngizonitshela. Mina I'm fighting for umhlaba. And umunawo kolomncane peace, you will understand. You understand? Anyone that protects my interest and the interest of my family,
but it's like
that person is my friend.
people don't think like that. People just want this.
You cannot have
one
a husband.
Person
You cannot.
who they will praise and defend and fight for. And
You cannot.
What about you? What about your well-being?
You cannot have a husband that defends a man as if he's defending a cult. No, you can't have that, man. You can't. Protect umndeni wakho mfethu. That's all we're doing. Politics,
well-being.
unfortunately,
well-being.
we have to affiliate ourselves with protecting our family. That's what matters. If my family is not getting water, I must call out the party that is there. For example, my village is the people that are in charge of my village. IFP. Do you understand? If I don't have water there, like the guy who was talking that side, Go Lipopo, saying Amanda to water.
Yes, Amanda.
That's what we want. We want people like that.
Your interests.
People who have the
What
interest
are your interests?
You cannot be going around to rallies and saying, Amandara, but you are busy. There's no water at home. The same part that is you're saying Amanda on is the responsible for your word, but you don't have water. I harm Banjal.
Or comes and repeats your problems to you and does nothing about them.
I harm Banjal.
And they are in government, Kanakwe. They are the ones who have a majority of seats.
Mina mangathiwa ngiyimela ngidefend uZuma ngamdefend. Now ngiyakutshela ke manje. Because mina in my time when I studied, indeed, my final year I did not pay a cent. Whatever that I was supposed to pay went to my pocket.
Because he made a
because
decision.
he made that declaration. Because mina ngam defender mina. Because in my area, when I grew up, where I grew up, my high school time we got electricity. It was his time.
During his term.
His term. So it's okay. I can defend him for that. He built. We from the place where there's a small town. He built a mall there. There's a mall in Kandla there. If you go around KZN, you can point. Even if you go to Eastern Cape, there are people who can point. Abanye Bain or President Bain. Nazi ngokuthi nje ba ania affiliate and affiliation A1 because we are from the same tribe. But you can point literally nothing.
And
so if it was to go with defending based on that, at least I've got something that I can point. That's why I'm saying I will always defend someone who defends the interest of my people. I liked my king, the Sultan. I liked him. You know why? He was defending the little land that we had. Right?
The 3% that you have. That
exactly.
Now they want to take away.
Hey.
That 3% they
that
want
now
it
he's gone.
when they have
Everyone
80%.
Yes, I can defend him for that. So if we are going to talk about defending, I don't just talk politics. I talk things that I can see. If you want to convince me, don't tell me words that one day you are going to do 1, 2, 3. Show me, and I must feel it.
Action speaks louder than words.
I must feel it.
Yes.
You know, I can't be sitting in a city where there's a tire road, while in where I come from, my mother is traveling using Amafofo because of the gravel that is there, and I'm happy which I'm part of the local. I'm not like that. I will point things that needs to be pointed to. Okay, this is the problem.
And the thing is, we were seeing build up of projects, especially when it comes to infrastructure, that have now come slowed. They've slowed down.
If you come from KZN, go check Mzumbe side. Yes,
potholes and the roads, the paint is
Let
invincible.
me submit this part. If you come from KZN and you want to ask me why you like that king more, look at what is happening in Mzumbe. Right now, at this point in time. That is not there.
It is one of the most
we had a story here.
Just
because we don't go through those stories. You guys, when we made them, you don't watch them that much. But we covered that part.
What is happening in Zuma is not a joke. Eh? It's
Mina, where I come
painful.
from, people wanted to move us because apparently there's coal. You know,
Imagine.
people died
Fighting
there, and then you tell me that I should support a party. Politics umdlalo wamaqoki. Kodwa also affiliate yourself with something that benefits you.
Someone who fights for your interest, please.
Affiliate yourself with something that benefits you. You must not praise that thing just for the sake of a religion. I'm praising it. You must praise it because it's doing something.
Who is solving your problems? Let us start there. Who's actively solving your problems?
So now we are sold a facade of 2040. I won't be there. I'm here now. Where are we going? Let us analyze there. Where are we going from here? Now, you tell me economics, luckily, ngenhlanhla ngalayitha ngekhandlela ngaze ngafika esikoleni. So you cannot come to me and lie and tell me that hey, this is 1, 2, 3. I will tell you
But
now.
to get
Bring you
rid
the
of the
facts.
minimum wage. What nonsense.
I will bring you the facts. Would know, but this is the case here. So you cannot come to me and tell me. And luckily, I fought for some of the students in one of the most difficult universities of actually black child getting. I was part of that, but I moved on. Life, you move on. You affiliate with something that benefits you. You cannot just supporting religious.
Don't have blind loyalty.
And you are not working, you come back, you say, hey, comrades are driving, ama V-class la wena uhamba ngenyaba bakutshela ngentulo uma uqeda kuphuma kwiral. You can't have that, baba fethu. Impela ke sikhulume le nto le. You can't have that. And that's why we have this channel. So that we can disassociate ourselves from such situation and start associating ourselves to a situation that will benefit us.
Yes.
When I'm at home, I must discuss with IFP. But Chief, what we are doing here is wrong. Whether it's my friend who's a councillor at the time or what, I must be able to say, but Chief, you can't behave like this.
No. Being held accountable.
And I'm saying whether it's my friend, because the councillors that are in my place, we know each other to that extent. Yeah, well? But we talk, Chief. No, man, we can't have a gravel like this. Yeah, well, without bringing politics, whatever that you want to chow, I don't care. But fix the most important things: the road, make sure that water is there, the engine is pumping water where it's supposed to. You can have an engine, water coming underground. The next thing we have an issue of an engine that is not pumping. Why aren't you advocating for an engine that uses electricity because we have electricity now? Ask those questions, have those conversations. You are benefiting labo gogo basemaka. But it's busy sochelo gogo, votani bo gogo, votani, votela usibani ba. Ogogo ba understand lama ideas and nohloshiwe agcwele emakhanda. Ogogo bafunde ewala manje, hey, okay, usibani banzi yambona wenza ukuthi. Gogo mina ngiyayithanda ipolitiki yogogo ngoba ipolitiki yesisu le. Ukuthi bayibhekela bona ukuthi imoto zomholo ziyafika la kithi. Asiyini edrobheni siyohola. Niyasilethela yonke into.
Yebo.
Ngiyakhona ukuthi nje ngithola isitolo engizophuma ngiyothenga kuSimpuku. Ipolitiki yesisu. Ipolitiki eyibhekela yona ipolitiki selfish. Ngoba vele ama politicians are selfish bafethu. Lokho ngeke size sikufihla.
So when that moment of them begging for your vote comes, you must know and you must hold them accountable. You must tell them you did not deliver the last time, Chief. I don't understand why you have the audacity to ask me for a vote.
Umthandaze.
No.
Umthandaze. Umkhulekele.
Kabanga being a member of a party for maybe more than 5 years and you are still unemployed.
Hayi ngeke wafethu ngeke asiyibhekisiseni lento. Look, zinukene amakhwapha kanza kwethu. Zinukene amakhwapha. Ngampela zinukene amakhwapha. Makunjalo umndeni wakho uyabenefita na. That's it. Mina ngithi
your communities, do you have water? Do you have running water? Is everything fine? If none of them is serving those interests that are yours,
you
I
watch
don't see why you should
ipolitiki yase America. ubuke laba abantu, they advocate for what they need.
Yes.
Even when they're arguing in parliament.
Yes.
It's not history. They are arguing things that they need.
They're not telling
They are
us
telling each
about
other
it.
facts. You said 1, 2, 3 about this medicine. This medicine is killing people. You know, recently I was watching the issue of Kuzan. When are we going to have that situation in South Africa? Because we are busy talking about, hey, this. When are we going to talk about, other countries are already talking about what happened in 2020. Tina Sisatule, if we will ever talk about it. If ever we'll ever talk about it. Yet, lenda bakhuluma ngayo lapho kule parliament yase-America. Ilapha emzimbeni wakho. You are carrying it, some of you, because benitsheli ukuthi either this or that. Luckily, mina, right. But I'm just, come on, guys. I'm tired, but hi, man. Le ndaba defender. Hey, mfethu ayike ndaba defender. Ipolitiki umdlalo wamaxoki. Nawe yiba lexoki elibenefita amndeni wakho.
Umndeni wakho.
Hawu, uthi umdlalo wamaxoki. Siyake sikhulume ngengane zakweminye imizi. Right, ilele kahle embhedeni ecomfortable ekhona ukurefresh ekumassage amolele. Siyeke sikhulume ngazo. Uma ngabe kuukuthi njengamanje i-center stage ayikho into esizoyenza phela. Let us speak.
Think about it.
Bafethu angivale la indaba. Iphela nje kanjalo bafethu akubecosa ukubele. Sikube mnandi sijabule. I'm happy that we're here. Happy. Exactly, Shaggy.